Morning, and it's a lovely fresh morning. Trouble is, you never know what to put on in the mornings because it's like dark, but because we're in Spain, it's actually not that cold, and you poor beggars everywhere else, it's freezing. So when we keep getting the news reports or the pictures of all the pretty snow, one part of me is jealous and the other part of me is like, oh well, I know why I moved to Spain. But the other reason why I moved to Spain was to give my children another choice of life and to give them more options. And it stemmed from me being a young teenager living in Gibraltar, and I didn't speak two languages, and I found it so frustrating that I never wanted my children to feel like that. And now I'm blessed because they're both bilingual and fully competent bilingual, not just they can speak it, they can write it as well and communicate. And it's going to stand them a really good way in their future as long as they use it and keep it up. But it's like everything, when we're in hairdressing and we learn all these things, how much do we actually keep up with and how much do we forget about? What are you still not using? And I mentioned this the other day because I really do think it's important to keep going back and keep going back and keep going back on all the stuff that you've learned over the years and what you're actually using. And one time I was doing some work with a hair extension company, and we were learning and teaching different techniques and how to make the system work better. And I taught it to one of my young designers, Kelly. And then I went and met her in Vienna at a work conference for this extension group. And she was showing this technique. I'm like, God, it's bloody brilliant, Kelly. How'd you do that? She went, you taught me. So it's easy for us all to forget things, but if we don't register things and write them down and remember what we're doing, how can we pass it on? And I'm the world's worst at it because my memory is amazing. But the one thing I learned that if I didn't tell somebody else or get somebody else to register it down for me, it would be lost and forgotten. So when I'm doing my walking and talking, it's about helping women with hair loss and eating better. Mine is from gluten-free because I know that if I eat it, my hair's better, I feel better, my energies are better. But for you, it could be something else that triggers it that makes you feel better. But you have to go to where the problem starts. And it's either your environment, or it's your lifestyle, it's the people you're hanging around with, it's something that's happened to you, it's something that triggered you, or it's an illness. But the people who have to start installing that is us hairdressers, to actually keep our clients on check, because sometimes they're oblivious to it and they don't really understand why it's happening. But if you can understand some triggers of what's causing it and take the client back on a backward journey of when was the last time you actually felt happy about your hair, and then start putting different things into place of what have they changed in their lifestyle, what's changed to them, what's medications changed. Simple questions that can actually give you some answers to help them. But once you know the right questions to ask, you'll get the right answers. And this is the biggest thing. Hairdressers let our clients ask random questions that are okay, but they're not really getting the right answers. Whereas if you were strict with yourself and giving your clients the right questions to ask, can you imagine how much more of an amazing service you would give to people? So by taking the time to actually ask the right questions, when did you notice the hair wasn't right? What do you think's caused this? What's changed in your life? By taking 5 minutes longer in your consultation, you could be wiping off that client's shopping bill of going buying vitamins, supplements that aren't really going to do her any good because she hasn't cured the problem inside of her. It's a simple thing of actually taking 5 minutes longer and just asking the right questions. When you do your consultation, go one step further and ask, when you say, when was the last time you were happy with your hair? And ask again, and why is that? And why is that? But keep going back until you actually get a really good answer. And then that way, then you will start to make the client be aware of the things they're doing and not doing. Oh, well, I stopped actually eating healthy food. Oh, well, I went on a crash diet. Oh, my husband and I have split up. Or somebody, my partner, my significant other, we've split up. Oh, I've been taking different medication. There's lots of reasons, and I could go on and I could go on, which I do all the time, but hey. So on this wonderful morning, start doing a checklist and start asking your clients the right questions. Not how have you been, how's the weather, where are you going on holiday, when was the last time you were actually really happy with your hair. So enjoy your wonderful day, and I will see you again.